Well, okay, so today's the 16th of April. It's a Friday. And I thought today I'd do a quick recap, some of the charts on TradingView and see what we can learn from it. Sometimes we go back and see if anything we did correct, what we did wrong, and then see what we can learn. So let's go look at these are the live charts. Most current one, April 12th. I'll just go through. So over here, basically, in order to sell, very important. Never pick a top. Never sell at the peak here, right? So look at this line. You don't sell here, right? Always wait for a break, and you can see why that's important because um, if it does not break and then do a little pullback, well then that can happen. So you see, as you can see here, will never be in profit. Always be in a loss, and just keeping this and becomes hoping that it will come back down one day, right? So that's not very good. So never pick a top, never pick a top. Always look for a break first, right? So knowing how to draw trend lines is a very important thing, right? Very important thing. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Next one is oh, it's the same idea basically. Yeah, break and then just a little retrace and then you can go for the low, right? They're good high probability trades lah basically. So uh that's a good thing. So knowing how to when to get in and when not to take a trade, both are equally important, right? So forecast is one thing, but knowing how to enter is also very important. What's this Kiwi sell? Yeah, basically you're looking for this low to break. Basically here, you can go break this two as well, this low. Um, but if it's me, it's a lot of profit here. This is 1 hour time frame, and so was it the easiest trade? Well, it this was a good place. Came down, came up, came down, came up like this. Then finally it dropped. So is it easy? Well, if you stayed in it till the end, then you have survived, right? That boils down to personal management of the trade. Like I said, some people just set it here, the stop loss over here, and they don't care. They get here, either they stopped out or they make money. And then some people they might try to trail it the minute this went down here. Maybe they start to trail it here. Then it came up, got stopped out. They didn't know what to do. Suddenly they saw this and this, then they try again over here. So you may have tried over here, might have tried over here. Or you try over here, just set a stop loss here, exit here. There's just many ways. Depends on the individual, right? Some ideas. Um, Euro Oz, most importantly, you need to get the direction right. I would say direction is right. So this one looks fairly strong, and it's now doing this. But I like this to the upside. But never forget, this can always trail here, and then you get this up. That's also possible. But uh, I like that it broke out of this. And then I like this as well. So the upside looks good to me for the Euro Oz. But this week, probably not this week. This week, this week the Euro Oz is still trending down. Right, strong. Something it's real slow. Let's try it again. So I'm trying to show what's the current happenings for the Euro Oz. When it looks at the chart, it's pretty shy. It went up and then somewhere around here it came down over here. So you're still interested in the upside still, but just not this week. It's kind of late because today is already Friday. The Euro Oz is a sell. You see, it's a sell meaning that there's strength pushing it down towards towards midnight Singapore time, right? That is when this could actually start to go up to the upside. I mean, even though it looks like a sell, doesn't mean that it's a sell because this is a bad place to sell. This could be actually where this is actually price actually turning. Okay, so unfortunately, I don't know why TradingView doesn't want to show it, so we just have to move on. Uh, so euro dollar. So euro dollar. Let's have a look at euro dollar. Euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar works. So basically, anywhere along this line here, you're generally interested in the sell. So there's some struggle, and finally it popped up. So where it is going to go long term? Naturally, you're hoping that will happen. That means you want the dollar to go down, right? So we're talking about the DEX sell, the DEX being weak. It's what we want because that will make the trade easy, right? So if you were in the buy, it should be quite good. And this is a weekly time frame, so the profits are pretty good. Okay, right direction, at the right place also. Right place meaning you want to get the direction right, but you want to get it right along this line here. See? Okay, so at the right place as well. That's good. So Euro pound. Yeah, so this is really good. It was tricky for a while because price actually came pretty much down, even breaking this low over here. See, but then what happens after it breaks the low? This strong move happens. So this whole thing, this sluggish diagonal stuff, will be susceptible to this guy over here. All right, it was just basically trying to end this ending slow sideways movement before the sharp burst now, basically. Okay, so where is this going go now? This looks like a came back up, back here from a base. This one could go, it could come back here, and then when it's crawl, it could go again. I'm still biased to the upside for Euro pound, basically. So what will make the trade easier is if this never breaks. It can come down here, but then you still want it to go up, basically, in the end. So upside is what you're very interested in for the Euro pound. There's something more about this I should say, but that will involve opening charts. But I just want to stay on this, so I'll just stick to this. If I have time, I'll talk about it in detail. So it says it's good if Wall Street use NFP to push price. Okay, so basically when I'm looking at this, yes, I do like the dollar weakness. Dollar weakness may not start from here because why? You start here, you'll normally be under pressure there, and this is a good place. See that? That's why, um, even if price wants to come down, it can go to where the arrow is because I know some important people in the central banks, and that's why it gets up there. And after that, that's where it drops. Okay, so over here, it just follows the arrow, point, and then from here it turns point. That's it. So, but what if you don't know the important people? Very easy. Just wait for something like and some kind of pullback like this, kind of like this. Maybe it does like this, something like that, and then down again. So when you get a sharp move, you get a sharp move down the sideways, you can still sell. You get some three wave like structure, you can also sell, right? So you just have to analyze what this is going to be. Like this, you can also sell, right? So you just have to analyze this. What's going to happen next week, right? It might do something tricky. Is it going to do something like that for the move down, right? Um, Another scenario, of course, is this maybe just goes all the way up like this. That is possible too. So what would make me be worried is if this does something like this, and then it does something like this, and then it does something really really casual like that. Nice time factored swing like this. So you put one box here, and then here. If I see any upward move, I may just buy it for one more move up. But this move up doesn't mean that this could also collapse one more time. So honestly, if the DEX collapse, right? it's going to be a really good thing because it's going to make a lot of trades very easy, especially for the crypto actually. And tons. I mean, some people who are in the crypto are making tons of money, right? Tons of money. Have a look at those. Tons meaning six figures. Okay, talking about maybe the $4,000 or $10,000 investment became six figures. That's what we're talking about. Maybe some, maybe even seven. Okay, um, so that's a DEX. Okay, let's look at pound. Generally, it's upside, so there's no sell on the pound yet. So everything is up. See, one, two, three, four, five. Pullback can go on more up. So it's all up. You're looking for the sell, not wrong, but you need to know it's very short lived. So pound yen sells are all very very short lived. In the end, what this looks like would be the wave count looks like one, two, three, four. Yeah. So you get one, two, three, four, and then you see this blue color, number five. One, two. This is a three. This is a four, and then you got this five, which will end up over here. So this is the five. So once that is done, once it is done, then you're gonna get one sharp pullback. It's usually the case, usually like that. What's the pound now? The pound is kind of weak, negative. So I don't want pound to gain too much strength. It would be nice if the pound continues to fall. Actually, for how far I can say, but as a fib, at least to the 382 fib, 382 fib over here. So if you fib from here to here, five pull back one more up. I cannot pass a judgment from this chart alone, but because we already got this pullback. So let me think. Three. No, so I cannot say what this is for now. One possible way is to flip from here to here, and then when this one goes up and if it does, something easy, you can come back. So you flip from here to here. There's a 3-2 structure over here. That's one possible target, but you need to see what this is. No trade for now. It's already Friday, so you gotta the drill basically on this side. We'll see what happens. Let's see if it sets up something easy, because this could crawl, but I'm not. I don't want to trade this on a Friday. It's um, I'm gonna take life easy today. So pound yen. Okay, UJ. What's this UJ? So dollar yen upside was looking good. Although this was possible, but when it was somewhere here, you see all this, you should continue to buy because it's actually 50-50. There is no, whether it goes up or down, both ways were possible based off the idea of how swings actually move, right? Um, so we just take things one thing at a time, right? So if it pulls back, then of course you're looking for another move up. But once you reach somewhere here, generally you don't want to sell when it's here. You can sell when it's here. You cannot sell when it's over here. Sorry, you can buy. My apologies. You can buy when it's over here. You cannot buy when it's over here because here this has a pullback, one more up, but here we're dangerous. But because why? You can start to pull back, right? And it's starting to near this type of very strong. It's where the push was, right? So you'll be very careful. This case, it never pushed. It never pushed here. So the buy here would have been based off some kind of moving average, some kind of moving average where you could have bought this one. But as you can see, if you just bought and whenever it breaks certain highs, what happens? It pulls back immediately. So buying here requires some skill. Maybe you can use a moving average here, or you could actually pull this and see this as a pennant of some sort, right? This structure like that. Then when it breaks here, you just take that one piece. Nothing wrong with taking pieces out. You don't have to go enter here and try to stay all the way up there, right? So day trading, but you must also know. So in other words, you know some of this, but you know this can happen too. And this is all the correction. So as you try to buy it, you just try looking for setups that make sense. Yeah, and understanding that these places is where stuff tends to get a bit wacky. So we got to understand the entire move from this kind of support and resistance to even wave structures are all very important, and how to play breakouts as well. So mixture of a lot of different things. Okay. Um, what else? Euro pound. Euro pound. Okay, let's go. What's this? Oh yeah. So this one was watching for time factored swing, meaning that you don't want to do anything until it ends up here, and it must break out. It must break out, break and do some hook, some kind of correction. See how it goes up and then it pulls back. So some kind of up and some kind of pullback. So never just here, just buy it like that. All right. If you up here and you just buy it like this, okay, it's not a good idea. So you just, but another good sell, if you don't buy it here, if it does not show a good buy here, you can always wait for it to come back somewhere here near the bottom of this line here and see whether or not you can get some upside. That's the way to do it, I would say. Okay, so price, what happened? Price came down here, it broke out, and you look for a hook back. If for any reason that you actually bought here, as it breaks and hooks, um, let's say this looked possible, but this actually made a lower low here, unfortunately. Because let's say it went here, this also possible, right? So you bought that, most likely would have been stopped out, I would say, over here. You stopped out here, right? Because this one is not valid anymore. The reason for that is because this actually made a lower low than that. So you can see. So the only possible buys, this is still above that. That means this is still valid as a first, you see. So if you try it here or here, that makes sense. You have been okay for a while until it came back against you. And generally, you don't really want to see that because remember what we said. This on the dollar yen, this may never happen. This may go up and then do what? Come back down again. On the UJ, okay, go back charts and check. So this is one where it came back down, it went up, and then instead of it going, what happened? It dropped back down again. So it dropped here. This is lower than that, right? So I would say just being stopped out is a good idea. If you kept it right, that means your stop must have been pretty large, and you must have had confidence in the flip trade. From over here, okay, we're just going to be a bit from here. You expected this to go up high. The trade two is rather the trade two be here with 50 over here, which means that your stop would have been substantial, right? That means your stop, it means you entered, like let's say we entered here, and it went up, came down, you know, it was kind of sad, it went up, you're happy, then you're sad, but because your stop is so wide, you would have survived, and then now your entries here are now in profit over there, and it's still aiming for the trade two. But seeing how this actually moves, this could continue to go, and it could also pull back. But for people who just take trades here, stop loss here, take profit here, they will not care about how this actually. You just go straight up or come down and go straight up. You wouldn't care, right? Again, how the trade is managed depends on the individual, right? So that one, trading live requires a lot of skill. The forecast is one thing, but knowing how to trade it is something else, right? Uh, Aussie Kiwi, what is this? Aussie Kiwi, yeah, again, breakouts, important. So breakouts, especially when a trade is sketchy, remember? When a trade is sketchy, and you think that this, but did it go? No, it didn't go. That's why you need to have small moves that confirm something, small move that confirm something. That's important. Okay, I stress this a lot. Never believe in this. This by itself doesn't make money in as a professional trader. Remember. Okay. Next one, euro or sell. What's this? Sell move is done. Move has finished. Wait for next setup. Oh yeah. So it's really quite simple. There's one forecast here, and then you want to trade this. You want this to come down some more. You need. It's the same thing as what we said earlier. So just do the same repeat. So you get the setup, you can try again. You don't get a setup, then don't try. So this one came up here, not so nice, not so nice. Went up, came down, went up here like this. And then there's another one here. So you can try this one, basically. Right. So knowing how to shift the trend lines around, very important. So one shot, I'll just cover everything. Okay, that's cool. The standard, this was pretty standard. See, draw. Make sure you know how to draw a trend line. It breaks, it pulls back, then it goes. So break the previous low and we live happily ever after. So yeah, same thing again. See, I just skip those. They're all the same. So basically the same. What's this? Did this one go? Yeah. See, it came right down here and then well, it's the same thing. So Dodge, this was the big mover for this week. Pretty amazing. Definitely looking for the buy. You don't see any arrows or downside. So just buy it. Basically, just buy it. So if you bought it, shit ton of money, man. This one just insane. Some people I think made like uh, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 times. Can you imagine your 10,000 becoming 100K? Some people bought even lower. 0.01, 0.001, like way low at the low, like it's over here. Imagine those people must be laughing in the bank. And sometimes you don't really need to be that good at trading. There's days trading, there's investing. People who just don't know very much sometimes, and they just bought Dogecoin and forgot about it, and 5 years later they wake up a millionaire. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So for those who are in the buy, yeah lah, that's good lah. Good job, well done. So, but now we look at Tesla. So Tesla, remember we talked about Tesla. I said don't buy, don't buy. You wait for up and then a pullback before you even consider to do anything. Timing, timing, timing. Right? Don't don't buy it when it's here. When it's here, because when it went up, what happened? It came back down, and then it went up. So if you had this, and then you waited for some kind of pullback before you bought that, that's great. Now, does this gonna go? Honestly, to me, not enough. I think one more like this would be the perfect buy. You see something like that, and you see any upticks, uptick and then a sideways, uptick and a sideways. Oh, you should buy this stuff, man, because 5, 10 years time, I think what Elon says is true. Mr. Elon Musk says is true. A lot of cars will all be autonomous and electric. So yeah, consider it. This was a bad buy. This was a bad buy. Waiting for this strong move and this pullback here, or this small one. This were all good buys. Okay, wait for the break first. Like the euro pound. Remember the euro pound was like that too. So you have to wait for that first. Of course, the euro pound went up, and then after that it went down, but ultimately it shot up again. So even if this one comes down, what if this one does? Let's say a bad case scenario. This comes down, but this is a good place to buy. You see, and if you show an uptick, uh, like this, a strong move up, 1, 2, like this, I would buy it. It will be just like Dodge. That's how it look. It will look like it look like a correction, right, for down, but don't get fooled. All right, don't get fooled. Again, I said this is not enough. You must look at other factors such as this kind of stuff here as well. Support resistance is important, right? And if it starts to come down, let's say for whatever reason, let's say it does come down, it does this, it does this, does this, does this, does this, does up. These are those kind of harmonic moves, and if it doesn't stop here, it will shoot up like that. And this is when people take profit to bring it back down. Then this will go again. So this is failed harmonics where it actually it's supposed to come down, it does not come back down, but it just continues up and does those kind of butterflies. You see, so you get a harmonic move here. You get a nice credit structure here with support resistance. You buy this, you can walk away with six figures in your bank account. What's difficult about it? Time. Timing is what's difficult. And unfortunately, many people don't understand. They don't understand how other disciplines work, which is why most people can't trade. Unfortunately, so I think I'll end with Tesla, and I think I just thought of saying one thing, something that was on my mind this morning. To be a good trader, generally you need to know the ideas of how swings work. So, like for example, you get a swing like that. This is high probability. One swing, two swing, three swing, like maybe up and a down like that. This is very high probability for one direction only. What am I doing? This is correct. This is correct. Okay. So, pom, 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 pom. Very high probability for most up. Right. So this is a bit of it's a nice credit structure here with a nice um, harmonic type of movement or failed harmonics, meaning that you don't want it to come back down, but you want it just pierce right through. Failed harmonics, and then support and resistance. All this is also very important. Important study, knowing where, knowing these levels here, very 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 important. All right. Um, I think most cases people only preach one thing that they think the support resistance is the only thing. They think that that how you take a cell here that harmonics is the only thing, but while some might say this is the only thing. So support resistance one, harmonics two, and swing theory. The truth is you need to be a really complete trader. You need to know all of them because you need to know where problems will come. Right? Let's say for this one, let's say for Tesla, right, uh, price here, this level here, and you thought price was coming down, impulse correction for resonating impulse, but then you want to trade at these levels, a sell here to here. Dangerous because this is levels where those support resistance guys will want to buy for some kind of, they put a stop loss here, they want it to go back up like that. So if you sell it here, you're going to face that problem when you get there. So you need to know where all the problems are going to come. And what if this one comes up, goes up here? Do you want to buy it here? It's really, really bad. Why? Because those harmonic people are looking to sell down here. You let it break out, go sideways, then maybe you can go up one more. But don't forget, if if those people did not take the trade two here, they don't take their TP here, then when it hits here, this is going to turn back down. Right? So you need to be aware uh, whether or not those harmonic guys have taken their profit. All very, very important. Okay, so got to know all the disciplines. The harmonics, the support resistance, the idea of impulse correction, impulse, and why it fails. Because all these styles have their failure rates. You got to know when they will fail. All right, uh, and another one important study I must mention it is moving averages. Right, moving averages also very important, but as you know, sometimes moving averages uh, don't work as well. It also has its failure rate. Right, so support resistance, S and R. Understand how harmonics works. Right, understand the idea of impulse, correction impulse. Also a nice idea. Correction impulse. Impulse correction impulse. Okay. And of course last one, moving average. So in time factored swings is what I do. I encompass everything. The reason why you need to know, I always feel you need to know everything, is because they serve to balance off the negative side of uh, of the various disciplines. So, for instance, has its failure rate. This has its failure rate. This has a failure rate. This has a failure rate as well. Right. So let's say you want to use a moving average, but then you find that again, for instance, very important. You find that if you try to enter, let's say this one goes up like this, it comes back down, right? Wait. So let's say there's some resist again. There's resistance here, and you're going up here like that. You know, let's say that's a moving average here, and you decide oh, moving average bounce, let's go. But then you must notice where this is as well. So for instance, also very important, all very important. Harmonics where people want to take profit. You know, it shows you where people want to take profit. So you don't, if let's say you took a buy and people are trying to take profit, you're going to have a lot of problems. Right? Impulse correction, impulse, really nice, uh, because it lets you see the bigger picture. What could possibly be, but always trade as if you might be wrong, because this is just a dream. People who trade off based off patterns are hoping that it will happen, but it may never be. So um, it's an educated guess, but again, you need to understand the other stuff in order to make an educated guess for impulse correction, impulse come true. Right. So let's say, what do I mean by, I mean, let's say impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse, and then you see that okay, hold on. So let's say it goes like this, and then again you look at support and resistance. Okay, if you come here, let's say there's a moving average around here, and then you buy up, but you could not break this, for instance, then what happens? It comes back down. But then there are people who look at this, and this is somewhere at the 786, right? Guess what? They will buy this. So if you're interested in this one, two, three, which is impulse, correction impulse, you will buy this, take some profit, and see whether the rest can go. Because of the impulse of the impulse correction impulse knowledge, you know that this is a possibility. And for you know, if let's say we have something here that makes a big sideways. So this is an uptrend, a correction, move up, a move down, and one more move up. And the reason you could see it all is because you were aware of impulse correction, and this is a motive wave to the upside, and this is a harmonic wave where people will buy here and go up. And so you combine them both together in order to profit from here to the top. Instead of entering here thinking that impulse correction, impulse, and this one will continue to go and go and go and go, that's not good. Right? This is currency. There's a lot of very bad, nasty pullbacks that will happen. So you got to understand, currency is all about getting people stopped out of their positions so that you can take over their positions and make profit. That is currency trading. Knowing where you can find liquidity, get people stopped out so you can swap your positions in. So stops are being hunted. People tell you otherwise. Yeah, they are not really trading. They're probably not trading at all. Okay, just giving you some beautiful dreams, my friend. Beautiful dreams. So right here, what we're looking for. Okay, so this was Tesla. So I already said this. Looking for. We don't want this. This will be this sideways. Any sideways here will be perfect. Okay. So that's it. Congratulations to those who caught the Dodge. It was really, really good. Don't often celebrate much because whether you win or lose is just another day. But this one was just amazing, man. Okay. I wish everybody good fortune. Wait, there was one chart I wanted to talk about. I want to see whether it was right or wrong. I was talking about the pound Swiss. Yeah, it was the pound Swiss, correct. So let's go look at the pound Swiss. I wanted the pound Swiss to fall. Last week I was mentioning this. And I wanted this to come down. Yeah, yeah, okay. Ay, ay, ay. So it did produce a sideways over here. Came down, it broke this, made a move up. Yeah, so what you're looking for, what I'm looking for, one sideways down correction. This looks like a one, two, three, four, five. Kind of tricky. This is kind of tricky. Let me think. I still would like this to come down actually, but I can't trade this today. Can't trade this today, but So first of all, I'm thinking about this. Thinking about this. So when that happens, you got one pullback here. They came to this level over here. Uh, so it's tricky from a swing perspective. You can't really tell what's gonna do next. Well, at least I can't. Not on this time frame. Let me just shift things around. What I would like to see actually is the easiest trade will be this actually. That'll be the easiest one. Then you know the drill now. You know the drill. You want it to be here before you take a buy. Yeah, that's for next week. There you go. That's the easiest. That's the easiest one. That will be the easiest one. And a buy to the 382 will make sense. Something like this. That will make sense actually. Will it happen? I can't say for sure, but that will be something that I'll be looking out for sure. What else could it do? Let me just go down for it to let's see, one, two, three, four, five. It did break this top though, but still not sufficient. This looks like this looks like an Elliott wave too. One, two, three, four, five. So, yeah. So you what you want is a pound Swiss to do something like that. That will make the buy easy. If it you want it to go like this way, you need pull back. That will be your buy. It's what you need. But what we want, 20th April, today 16. Yeah, just next week. We'll see whether this happens. So there you go. Not too difficult, but if you know what to look for. Okay, so take care and I wish everybody good fortune. Bye bye.